Welcome back everyone. So this is going to be a fun video because we're going to talk about design games. So here are 10 amazing games which are really fun to play, and at the same time they also teach you different concepts of design. So without any further ado, let's get started. So the first game is related to color, and in the first level you just have to find the hue of this color and try to match it, and that's how we proceed to the next level, which is saturation. It gets a bit complicated because you have to match it from the whole color wheel here, and then you move on to complementary colors and so on. So this is definitely a fun game to learn and understand color theory. Now moving on to the next game, which is also related to color, and as you can see it's pretty straightforward. You're given a color on the top and you just have to match it with the options below. So as you can see, the starting levels look pretty easy, but as you move on the number of options keep increasing and the colors also look very close by to each other. So that way it keeps getting tougher and tougher, and then you also have a timer which keeps running. So it's really a fun and addictive game. So moving on to the third game, which is also related to colors, but this is an arcade style game as you can see here. So the objective of the game is to destroy these alien invaders which are coming from the top with different colors. You have this hex code on the top, which is nothing but RGB values, and based on those values you just have to visualize the intensity and find which is the appropriate color and just destroy it. And that is how you can destroy these invaders and save your planet. So the next game here is called Perfect Paragraph, and this is related to typography. It basically tries to teach you three concepts, which is font size, line width and line height. So you basically have a slider using which you can adjust and find the best match for these font size, line height and line width, and then the game tries to give you a score from 1 to 10, and then you have levels and all that stuff. So it's a fun game to learn these typography concepts. So moving on to the next game, which is also related to typography, and this is a pretty straightforward game. You are shown an alphabet and you just have to guess which typeface this alphabet is using. So this is definitely a fun game to test your memory and experience on using typefaces. So go ahead and try it. So this next game is really a fun and addictive game. So it basically tests how well you can predict if something is perfectly center aligned or not. And in this case it's a small dot, and you have different shapes which come up and you just have to tell if that dot is center aligned in the shape or not. So you can check the score and the question at the bottom, and then you have to just keep guessing and predicting if it is in the center or not. So this next game is called Pixactly, and the objective of the game is pretty straightforward. You are given a width and a height, and you just have to draw a rectangle with those dimensions. So the game basically tests as a designer how well you can predict pixels. So if you deal with pixels, make sure you give this a try. So trying to achieve that perfection could either get super addictive or it could get super annoying. So the next game here is very informative, where you'll be shown two designs which might look very identical to each other, but it has a slight variation in typography, the size, the placement or different UI aspects, and you just have to choose which is the right design. And as you keep proceeding through different levels, you will learn different UI principles, so that's a great thing about this game. So make sure you definitely check out this game if you want to learn those UI principles. So this next game is a fun way to learn Boolean operations. So if you have ever used a vector-based tool, then you would have definitely come across these options of union, subtract, intersect and difference. So if you ever felt those options confusing, then you're at the right place. This is a really fun and intuitive game that helps you understand those concepts in a very gamified manner. So make sure you check this out. So the last game on this list is the Bezier Game. So once again, if you have used any vector tool, the pen tool is a very commonly used tool in it. But a few of us find it difficult to use this tool. So this is a really fun and intuitive game that helps you learn how to use this in a very fun and gamified manner. So make sure you check this out. So do let us know in the comments below which is your favorite game. And if you want the link to any of these games, you can just go to our website, and on the categories of design games, you can find all the links to these games. So go ahead and try it, and that's it for this video guys. Thanks for watching.